Hello my dears, and welcome back to my corner of the internet. I'm Shannon, and tonight I've got my September reading wrap-up to share with you guys. It's October 1st as I'm filming this, so that means Bernard's back. If you've been around my channel since the beginning, you will know that Bernard is my October co-host. He doesn't say very much, but he shows up on time every time, so I keep letting him come back. So we're just going to get on into it today. In September, I read 6 books, and we're just going to jump on into it in no particular order. And yeah, I had lots of good reads this month. First of all, I'm going to tell you about The Husbands by Holly Gramazio. This book was so much fun. If you're looking for something a little lighter, but that's still a little weird, I would definitely recommend The Husbands. It's about this woman. What was her name? Lauren. And she comes home one night after a night out with her friends to find that there's a man in her house. And she's really off-put by this because he says he's her husband, which, you know, she knows she's not married to the best of her knowledge, but he's insistent. And the photos on her phone and everything back him up. Like, all of her friends know him as her husband, so she's very freaked out. And then one day he has to go up into the attic to fix something, and then when he comes down, he's a different man. And she realizes that every time one of these husbands goes up into the attic, they come back as someone different. So it's just this shuffling through of many different husbands, and it was a ton of fun. Ton of fun. Would recommend. Next up, this was a reread for me. This is The September House by Carissa Orlando. I never know if it's Clarissa or Carissa. Carissa Orlando. This is so much fun if you're looking for a haunted house story that doesn't take itself too seriously, but is still really creepy. This is the book for you. It's about a man and a woman who are older. They're like in their late 50s, and they move into their dream house. They've been wanting to purchase a home, you know, their whole lives. They both moved around a lot when they were kids, and now it's finally their time. They find this amazing house that is literally the stuff of dreams at a price that is incredible. And when the real estate agent shows them the house, they're like, we'll take it. Even though the real estate agent is telling them, like, legally, I have to tell you that some people died here. And they're not even listening. That's how much they love this house. They're sold already. And when they move in, they find out that September is an incredibly haunted time in this house. And the walls, blood drips down the walls as the month of September goes on. It gets worse and worse. There are ghosts in this house that are like intense. Some are helpful. Some are just incredibly unnerving. But this woman, she's like, I'm not leaving this house. I'm not leaving it. It's my dream house. So I don't care. But her husband, he's like, listen, after one particularly bad September, he's like, we need to leave. We need to. But she won't. And that's The September House. So good. Next up, this book took up a good portion of September, and that is A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara. I got lots of tabs in this. This book is about a group of 4 friends. The main friend in this group is a man named Jude, and we're kind of learning about him through the eyes of these other friends. And everything bad that can happen to a person happens to this man. It's long. It's too long. Why is it this long? It's so long. But this one, I don't know that I'd recommend it to anybody, you know. I know that the people who love it. But for me, it was a bit much, and that's coming from someone who loves a good, devastatingly sad story. This just wasn't the one for me. But yeah, I mean, if you if you want to, give it a try, but I don't know that I'd recommend it. The other 3 books were ones I got off NetGalley, and I had good luck with these ones. So, oh, I should tell you, The Husbands was a 5-star for me. The September House was a 4-star, and A Little Life was 3 stars, unfortunately, which, you know, that's still a decent rating. I'm glad I read it. I wouldn't recommend. I also read Januaries by Olivia Blake. This is a collection of magical short stories that span over many different genres, and I thought that was really fun. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it quite a bit. It's hard to talk about a short story collection, but there's stories about love, about betrayal, all bundled together with underneath a magical umbrella. And I know Olivia Blake has a lot of books that other people have loved, so I feel like I haven't read any of them, so I can't say this with certainty, but I feel like probably if you've liked her writing in the past, you'll probably like this as well. I thought 2 of the stories I loved. They were so good. It was the first one and the last one, I believe. But it was great, and I look forward to reading more from her in the future. And that was, I believe, a 4-star read for me. Then I also read, my most recent read was Model Home by River Solomon. This is a haunted house story, but not in the way you're probably thinking. It's a story of a person named Esri, and they're called back home after having moved to England. So they're called back home to America because there's something going on with their parents. And so they bring their daughter, Elijah, and they go home, and they're with their sisters for the first time in a long time. And it's a story of family and cycles of abuse and what it means to be a person. And I thought this was written so viscerally that it just gets right under your skin, right under there. It's short, it's like 200 pages, and I'm really glad I read it. I really enjoyed it. And I saved the best for last. This is going to be one of my top books of the year. I already know. It's October. I'm saying it like it's February, but I know this is going to be probably one of my top 5, maybe even top 3 books of the year, and that is American Rapture by C.J. Lead. You guys, this book blew me away. I went in knowing very little about the book. I went in knowing very little about the author, except for this author wrote a book called Mayfly, and people love it. And the cover, I was kind of like, I don't know, that's for me. And so I just kept putting off reading it. But when I saw this one on Goodreads, I was like, okay, a chance to check out this author. This is about a deadly virus that is sweeping across the USA. And it's deadly. Like, when you get it, it's over pretty much for you. And it's about this young girl who grew up in a very, very religious household with her parents and her brother. Her brother at one point gets sent away to like a school for boys where they're hoping to change him. And this virus comes. And once things get bad at home, she hits the road with the main objective of finding her brother. And they're twins. And along the way, she meets this ragtag group of people who are also on the road. And the characters are so good. The storyline is so good. It was heartbreaking. I was crying. There were parts I were laughing and smiling at. There are some scenes that are they're so upsetting. They're ingrained in me. And this book was amazing. It was amazing. This woman is an incredible author, and I will be reading Mayfly as soon as possible. It was so good. So there you go, you guys. I have dedicated videos for all of these books on my channel. If one of them sounds extra interesting and you want a bit more info on it, you can find that here. And that's pretty well going to do it for me, and also for Bernard for tonight. He's got to get to bed. It's late, and he's had a busy day. But still he shows up. So we appreciate him. He doesn't say a lot, He's the strong and silent type, so, but he'll be here with us for all of October. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, as always, and let me know in the comments how you're doing. How are you? I truly want to know. Tell me something great that's happened to you, or something good. Nothing great's happened. Something you've enjoyed lately. And yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Bye.